Hello everyone, welcome to this week. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's newsletter. You can tell the season's starting. It is absolutely jam-packed. The newsletter is this week. I've got so much to tell you. I shouldn't say this, but I've just filmed one bit that will be coming up soon, which is quite exciting, live, very hot off the press from yesterday. But we'll get to that in a minute. Right then, let's go to the whiteboard in partnership with Driving Auto Centres. Let's do what we always do first, and let's do the results first. So last week, Saturday the 12th, was a mixed medal. Obviously off the whites, it's getting tough out there, guys, but I think everybody did well. So in Division 3, in second place was Andy Beaumont with a net 68. And in first place was Chris Leeds with a net 67. And then in Division 2, in second place was Gary Parker with a net 69. And in first place was Joe Stokes with a net 67. Into Division 1 now. So in second place, Adam Williamson. In second place was Adam Williamson. And in first place was Dan Elliott with both net 70. But well done to Dan Elliott that won it on the back 9. So well done to them guys. And now you know what's coming. Let's get it up. There we go. It's all there. As you can see, the 17th is the easiest, playing 0.79 over par, with 5 birdies as well, along with the third. We also had an eagle on the third, so well done to you. And the 5th was the hardest as well this week on Saturday. And also, I thought it was quite interesting that the only holes with no birdies this week up there was the 13th, the 2nd, and the 10th. I thought it was quite interesting. No one got a birdie there, but the rest of the course did. It's always interesting, this information. I do enjoy it. Right, so that was Saturday. Well, let's get rid of that. On Sunday was a par. And in Division 4, the winner was Jackie Surplus with -3. And then in Division 3, in second place, they both had +4. So in second place was Dave Peters. And in first place was Paul Barber. They both had +4, but went on to Paul Barber that won on the back 3. So went on to you. In Division 2, the same thing happened again. In second place was Nick Bott, and in first place was Sid Jones, and they both had -1. Actually, a few people had -1. So went on to Nick Bott that won it on the back 6, and went on to Sid Jones that won it on the back 3 with +2. So well done to you guys. And in Division 1, James Taylor 2 got -2. And then in first place was Malcolm Burrows with -1. It's all very intense in the results. It's coming up. There we go. So we got the 8th as the easiest, playing 0.59 over par. And then the 5th had no pars, which is quite interesting. It's always interesting to know that. And then the 7th was the hardest, playing 1.91 over par. Right, so that was the last weekend results. We also had last weekend, it was played a bit like this week, the ladies. It was played Wednesday and Sunday last week. It was a ladies' President's Prize. And went on to Maxine Burrows, who shot 38 points. So went on to Maxine for winning that. Let's quickly look at their course analysts on the ladies. As you can see there, the 4th was the easiest, only playing 1 over par. Well done to the person who got the birdie on the 3rd. Congratulations to you. And the 12th was the hardest, playing 2.82 over par. Right, there we go. Right, coming. Also, we got this week, we had the Seniors Jack Elliott Cup being played, and well done to Kevin Quigley, who shot a net 71. So remember the par's 35 with the 10 holes around the clubhouse. So went to Kevin Quigley, who shot a net 31. I won't say too much, but Kevin has been having lessons and booked up his next set, so that's all I'm going to say with that one. Let's go on to the course. There we go. The 8th, the 17th, was the easiest, 0.92 over par. And the 3rd was the hardest, playing 2.28 over par. Right, there we go. All the results are done. Let's see what we got coming up. By the time this goes out, the Easter Comp will probably already be played. So that's probably been played. We got Ladies Easter Egg competition on Wednesday and Sunday, so we'll get results of that next week. a mixed par on Saturday, and the Scratchers setting off their campaign against Bloxwich away. I hope to get some results for that next week as well. And then next Sunday is a mixed Aberford, and then obviously the continuation of the Easter egg comp. Next week, we've got the seniors, Secretaries Salva, and then also the West Midlands start their campaign against Moseley away. So that'll be a good game there. What we got? We got Wednesday, nothing. B team versus Hagley next week. First tee reserve 1:50 to 3 o'clock, and that's next Thursday. And then next week, we've got a mixed medal and James Buckley qualifier, which I'll explain more of that in next week's newsletter. And then we got the mixed Aberford, Scratch versus Lichfield away. Obviously, they're getting quite busy now with their matches. And then the Sunday lunch comp, the first time, which I do mention in the lobby. So we're going to lobby. I will just link that up. But that starts next week, 10 past 10 to 11 to 10 past 11. I'll talk about the James Buckley, the medal and the James Buckley qualifier in next week's newsletter. There's a lot going on. Right, with that being said, let's keep the momentum in the newsletter and let's go to the lobby. Here we are in the lobby. Right, then let's go to our notice board and interactive board. Right, obviously, we've still got our pizzas. I've heard that the pizzas are going very well. Come on, there we go. Pizzas are going very well. Some great pizzas there. What would I fancy there? I don't know why, but something about the Hawaiian. Actually, no, you can't be a good old margarita, I don't think. But anyway, I digress. On course, don't forget you can still get your food ordered to you on the 13th. Probably would suggest ordering it on the second shot on the 11th, maybe, to make sure it's there for you. So don't forget that. We've got a few people doing that now. New website coming along very nicely. Friday specials, 2 for £15. Going well as well. Everything's going well in the clubhouse. Oh, you know what? Cheeky plug, as always. Come on, there we go. My lessons are there as well, just so you know. Prices. Right, so that's all there. Open day. Let's have a quick chat about the open day. We're getting a lot of interest on the open day. Thank you to all the members posting and sharing it on Facebook. The 3rd of May, 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. Anyone who's interested in golf, wanting to think about playing, want to pick up a club, whatever it is golf related, get them down on that day. If you know anyone, get them down and we'll have a chat with them and see where they'd like to go. Obviously, we've got some free taste sessions, membership offers. We've got a few comps here and there as well. So that will be a fantastic day. In fact, you know what? That's on the 3rd of May. And then on the 4th of May, we've got the Summer Irish Open as well. It's teams of 4. It's a Texan. All the money is going to be raised for Birmingham's Children's Bereavement Services. Obviously, it's here. It's £10 for members and it's £20 for visitors. We've got some great prizes coming up. They've asked me as well, Wayne's asked me if you want to sponsor a hole for your business. Come and give myself, let me know, or even let Maddie know in the shop, Maddie Badger. She'll be able to help you out as well. So if you want to sponsor a hole, getting that business name on there, it's going to be £50 to sponsor the hole. Let myself know, let Wayne Jones know, or let Maddie Badger know, and we'll be able to get it sorted for you. We'll probably do that the Friday before, which would be that's the 4th, 3rd, 2nd of May. So again, get it to us before the 2nd of May, and we'll make sure we get a whole sponsor for you. We will do more on the Summer Irish Open next week. We've got Sunday Lunch Club coming up as well, 27th of April. A few tea times left for that. St George's Day, 23rd of April, between 12 and 3. Have a look at the menu there. Looking at a nice little menu that is. And then obviously we've got Father's Day, Sunday the 15th of June as well. So don't forget that. Very, very busy, as always, along with the golf now. The golf is getting busy as well. So I'll let you know I am filming on Friday, and the course is absolutely heaving. It's lovely to see everybody around on the putting green getting warmed up. Let's see where the rest of the newsletter takes us. Here we are. We're in the golf room. I've got Jack with me. It's the last time you'll see us together, not forever, just at the moment, us two together with this backdrop. We're hoping the next one we do together, we'll have a nice, new, clean, fresh room. And we'll show, you know what, we might do a bit of a tour around the new room when it's all sorted. Anyway, I've got Jack is with me, and I've got him very fresh from his win. Only yesterday on his clutch tour. Jack, you know what? Take it away. Tell the audience what happened.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so had originally a tier 2 2-day event to play Tuesday, Wednesday this week. It's now Thursday. Had round 1, shot 65, 6 under, really pleased. Tied for the lead, there were 3 of us. Round 2 got cancelled because of high winds, which I'm not going to be too disappointed about, because I was like, okay, I've got 2 guys to beat now. So we had a playoff, and I won on the 3rd playoff hole with a birdie. So playoff hole 1, me and the other guy made par. One lad made bogey, he was out. Then there's 2 of us, I've only got 1 to beat. 2nd playoff hole, we both hit it in the left rough. It's an in-to-win par 5, so it's straight down the hill. It's 560 yards downhill. So while I get off topic, in the round 1, it was downwind. And I had 100 yards left into the green after my tee shot. So I hit it 460 yards. I actually knew it was going to go miles down the hill. So I put the shot clock on my trolley to show me how far I was walking. So it was 460 yards. I was like, wow, that's the longest drive I've ever hit. But in the playoff, it was gale force into wind. So we both hit it left, laid up. He's hit his wedge to 30 feet. I've hit it to 9 feet. So I've got a chance to win. He's missed his, and I've missed. Okay. Then the final playoff hole, where I won, we both hit drives down the middle this time. He's a little bit behind me. He's hit driver into the perfect position. He's probably 8 yards from the pin. Easiest chip in the world. And I'm on the down slope. I've hit 3 iron all over the pin. I'm thinking, that's great. But because of the wind and the glare and the hole's so downhill, we couldn't see it land, but it was tracking past the flag. And you could hear the spectators behind go, ooh, ooh. So that kind of, I thought, oh, this could be close. But then when I've got down there, it's rolled through over the back of the green, and I get down there and the lie's not pretty at all. And I've got to hit it high off a bare patch. Just didn't quite catch it how I wanted to. Hit it to 25 feet. I'm thinking, oh no. And then he's chipped it to 4 or 5 feet. And I'm thinking in my head, this is a classic match play situation. Just try and hold it. Make him make his putt. And I rolled it in.
Oh, wow.
And he missed.
Oh, God. Perfect.
And yeah, he made his putt even longer. So yeah, delighted.
Amazing. So
great to get the win.
This was on the Clutch Tour, wasn't it?
Yes.
So Clutch Tour Tier 2. There's different type of tiers, isn't there?
Yeah. So I've won on Tier 1 before. I'll still play some Tier 1 events locally. And then Tier 2 is basically just 2-day events rather than 3-day
Okay,
events.
got you. So it's just a bit of a more condensed.
Yeah, probably.
Tournament.
Yeah. Tier 1 players play that when there's not Tier 2 events on.
Okay, got you.
So
got you. Okay, cool. So it's still very obviously a good standard.
Yeah.
A couple of wins. You got 1 win now. In fact, right there would be Jack. A picture of Jack here now winning. So with that win, order of merit, I take it. Is there an order of merit in that?
I haven't looked, but I'd guess I'd be top of that because it's so early in the season. And I think after 5 events, the winner of the order of merit gets Challenge Tour starts.
Okay,
so
nice.
So yeah, I'll play them if I win the order of merit. I'll play them only if they're in the UK.
Nice, that's perfect. So basically, hopefully, you might get a couple of Challenge Tour starts.
Yeah.
When does the Tier 2 season finish? Do you know?
I don't really know. I think there's about 10, 12 events.
Okay, so
it's a good opportunity for me to make some money.
Oh, perfect. So there we go. So there we go. Fresh off. That was a great story. I've never heard that story, by the way. So I was quite intrigued to hear that story. So well done, Jack. I'll let everybody know when the next event is. But in the meantime, we're going to get this carpet up now. So we'll see you in a bit.
Cheers, everyone.
Here we are. I've got Tim. I love a good Tim report. So then, Tim, we'll do the usual question. The weather.
Okay, start with the weather. I've got some notes with me. Ooh. I've just been on our Man's Weather website down in Halesowen, keeps all the records for the Met Office. 10.6 mil of rain during the whole of March.
Oh, wow. That's not a lot.
It was the second lowest amount in the 70 years of records that they've got.
Wow.
And if you compare it to last year, we had 103 mil in March. So it's been a very, very dry month, March.
Very dry month, which you can see with the course of how dry it is, isn't it?
But the issue we've had with the dryness is the cold nights.
Okay.
We've probably had 4 weeks consistently. This is probably into the 5th week when we get frost on a morning.
So what does that mean then, Tim? So it's obviously nice. People are playing golf now and going, it's glorious. Yep. And they don't see the morning when you guys get here. What does that mean for the members?
Well, to start with, we can't start our work as soon as we'd like to because we've got frost in certain areas of the course.
Okay.
Frost at night keeps the ground temperature down, which is what you need to rise to get good growth.
Yep.
At the moment, we've got some growth. The deeper rooted grasses are growing. The shallow rooted grasses, no growth in them at all.
Okay.
So fairways, tees, greens, all over the course, it's like a mottled effect of growth.
Okay.
Different lengths.
Yeah.
And it's these shorter rooted grasses that they're so cold at night that they're just not growing.
So you won't be able to cut until later on in the afternoon, is that what you're saying?
We can normally start cutting about 9, whereas we would be cutting probably anything from 6:30 to 7 o'clock. We'd be out cutting.
Got you. Okay.
So we're a little bit later getting out on the course, which then gets us in amongst the golfers, which then takes us longer to do the cut.
That makes sense. So guys, yeah, we can understand that, can't we?
Yep.
So what have you been doing, even though it's been dry? So obviously you've been working outside.
Yeah.
What have you been doing the past couple of weeks since the last seen you?
Well, again, I'd say we haven't got much growth, but we have been doing initial cuts of all areas now. Pretty much everywhere's had its first cut. Most of the banks have been finished off this week. I think there's just 1 or 2 little corners, out of play areas that haven't been done yet, which we will get to and tidy up. Greens at the moment, we're cutting every other day.
Okay.
Tees, fairways and approaches are getting cut once a week.
Okay.
When we get into the season, those are normally cut twice a week.
Okay, got you.
But they just don't need it at the moment because of this lack of growth.
Yeah.
Obviously the greens, once we get into the season, we cut every single day.
Every day. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We've been doing a bit of ironing. We've been
nice.
introducing the ironing Tuesdays and Fridays.
Okay.
Just to start with. Once the sprinkler system was open and we could get a bit of moisture on, that just softened the surface a bit, so the iron would just smooth it a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
We've had stimp meter readings up around the 8'6" to 9 foot mark.
Nice. Okay, perfect.
The 2 greens we normally test on are 6 and 11 because they're fairly flat.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
So
Get
that's
that.
two
Interesting.
greens that we test on.
So, a lot of work, even though it's been cold in the morning. There's still a lot of work to cram in that day, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, we've the greens have been fed with a liquid feed. They've also had a liquid wetting agent put on just to help that become more receptive to the moisture.
Yeah.
Tees have been fed today. See all the
I can see. Yeah. I can see. Yeah.
Tees have been fed today. Again, due with a drop of rain over the weekend, which I think there's some forecast.
Very much so. Yeah.
Just wash that in.
So what we need is that we need some warm weather and a bit of rain to get that growth
warm
going.
Rain is
warm
the key.
rain.
Yeah,
okay, let's
rain
hope for warm rain, guys.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of rain forecasted over the weekend, next week. So hopefully we'll get that grass growing. So what is planned in the future, Tim? Obviously, if that happens, you've said that you'll be cutting the greens more often and obviously cutting everywhere more often. Any of the big plans at the moment, or just getting season ready?
Our frost holes are coming out as we speak.
Okay.
I think there's 2 or 3 left to do this afternoon, and all the frost holes will be filled in, so those will be out. Plans going forward. We're going to put a feed on the greens if we can next week, which will also knock the moss back.
Okay.
You'll see a blackening on the greens. They'll go dark. The moss will stay black.
Yeah.
Normally about 2 weeks after that, we scarify.
Okay, got you.
And that rips out that dead moss.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'd follow that with a light sand top dressing.
Okay, got you.
And we'd brush that in. I mean, shouldn't affect play.
No, not okay, perfect. So that would be coming up in the next coming weeks as such, depending on weather and everything.
If we can get the fertiliser on next week, then obviously 2 weeks after that,
perfect.
We'd be looking at doing the scarifying.
Perfect. Thanks, Tim.
And the dressing.
Thanks, Tim. We needed that. A nice update there. Tim, I'm sure I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time when you're doing that scarifying.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Tim. Well, guys, I don't know why I'm doing this in the rain, but I am. But a lot of people have been asking me on the 4th hole, what happens if my ball lands on the path or near the path? Now, you can see here, I've been playing the 4th, I'm coming down, playing the 4th, and my ball is on the path there. You can clearly see my yellow ball is on the path there. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, so what do I do from this scenario? Well, there's 2 options, really. The first option is to play it. And me personally, I'm looking at this going, you know what, I've got a bit of space, I'm happy with that. It's not a bad lie. Me personally, I would play it. However, what you could do is actually get a free drop and it's your nearest point relief, not your nicest. Remember that, not your nicest, your nearest point of relief. So my nearest point relief, there's my ball there. I would say this is my nearest point relief there. I'm going to use this wide ball for a visual effect here. So I'll drop it there. And there we go. That's it. Look, I'm clean on the it's not a path, by the way. It's obviously just a walkway that's been worn over years. You can see here, I could play that. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. I can see you going through YouTube telling me what you're thinking. There's a hedge there, Dan. Unfortunately, tough luck. That's what it is, okay? The hedge is in play. So, remember, you can either play that shot there. Me, personally, I wouldn't do that. I would play it off the path. but it's totally up to you guys, okay? You can decide. Well, that's it for this week's newsletter. Another one has been and gone. They're wrapping up now. What is it? Episode 22, I think, is it? So yeah, we're really getting through them now. Nice little bit of newsletter this week. We had the 4th, obviously. We had Tim, we had Jack and his win. We got the whiteboard, obviously, in the lobby. A lot is going on. What we're going to do next week, I'm going to do a nice tip next week. I'll figure out what it is. We're going to do a tip next week. We will talk about what the James Buckley qualifier is next week. We'll talk about that in depth as well. And obviously, we'll see what else is happening around the golf club as well. Until next week, guys, I'll see you then.